Grilled chicken wings are one of my favorite things to make, and over the years I've tried hundreds of different recipes, methods, and in this video I'll share with you my step-by-step process for grilling the perfect wing. I'll show you how to prep them, season them, how to set up your grill, how to grill them. We'll make a sauce, and I'll throw in some dad tips along the way.
To start, let's talk about the different kinds of chicken wings you can get at the store. First, we have the whole chicken wing, with all three parts still attached. We have the drummy, the flat, and the wingtip. See, all still attached. Next, we have pre-cut wings, also known as party wings, where you have the drummy and the flat separated from each other, and these usually do not come with the wingtips. And as you might assume, buying the wings whole is cheaper than buying them pre-cut, so if you want to save some money, buy the full wings and cut them up yourself, which is also very easy. Simply take your knife and cut right in between the joints to split them up. Separate the drum from the flat and the flat from the tip. We're going to keep the drums and the flats, and for the wingtips, you can either toss them or keep them to make a chicken stock. Next, we can move on to the prep, consisting of 3 easy steps: drying, lubing, and seasoning. Pat the wings dry to remove any excess moisture, as this will help the skin get nice and crispy, and if you have time, you can do this step the night before. Put your wings on a wire rack in the fridge uncovered to really dry them out. Next, let's lube them up. For wings, I recommend using olive oil as the binder and lubricant instead of yellow mustard or hot sauce that is typically used for barbecue. The reason is olive oil will get hot and will further help crisp up the skin. And finally, we can season our wings. If you're planning on saucing them at the end, I recommend using an all-purpose rub that will not take away from the flavor of the sauce. And if you're making dry wings, use the seasoning for whatever flavor profile you're going for. Be sure to season the wings on all sides and don't be shy with it. One thing to keep in mind, especially when making wings on the grill, some of the seasoning will fall or burn off, and the last thing you want is a bland chicken wing. After they are seasoned, move them off to the side, and it's finally time to fire up the grill. For this cook, I'm using the classic Weber kettle. Make sure your grill is clean and remove any excess ash from the bottom. There are many different ways of starting a charcoal grill. I like using the chimney because it helps speed up the heating process. Fill the chimney to the top with charcoal, light a fire starter underneath, and place the chimney right on top.
This will take about 10 to 15 minutes to warm up. It is cold out here. My fingers are turning to popsicles, so I'm gonna go inside, grab a drink, but it's a perfect time for you to hit that subscribe button.
When you start to see flames on top of the chimney and the charcoals are getting ashy, they are ready to go. Dump the charcoal into the grill and move it to one side to create a dual zone cooking setup. You will have a hot side with the charcoal and a cool side without it. Put in the grate and let it warm up for 5 minutes over the coals. I like to scrape it clean on the hot side first, rotate, and then repeat the process on the other side. When the grill is ready, start by placing the wings on the cool side first. Be sure to leave a little bit of space between each one for best airflow. Close the lid and open up the vents. These are used to regulate the temperature of the grill. The wider they are open, the more air goes inside, fueling and heating up the charcoal. Because we're cooking these at a higher temperature, I'm going to leave both the top and bottom vents wide open. Also, make sure the top vent is located over the wing side of the grill, so the heat will have to travel over the wings before escaping, creating a convection cooking zone by forcing the heat to move inside the grill. I'm grilling these wings at about 500 degrees, and they'll take between 40 to 45 minutes to cook through. I'm going to come in and flip them halfway through to get an even cook on all sides.
Grilling times will vary depending on what grill you're using and the outside temperature. As you can see, it is winter here. We've got snow on the ground, and these outside conditions will affect your grilling temperature.
The best way to check when they are done is with a meat thermometer. Insert the thermometer into the thickest part of the wing, and the temperature you're aiming for is 185 degrees. Even though the safe heating temp for chicken is 165, I recommend you cook your wings longer to a higher temperature. Why? Because it's dark meat, it's more fatty, and they just need more time to break down and get tender. And one last step before removing the wings from the grill, move them over to the hot side to char them up. Now, this will only take 10 to 15 seconds per side, so do not walk away from the grill. When the wings are looking like this, they are ready to be pulled off. And just like any other protein, you want to let them rest for about 5 minutes. This will stop the cooking process, allow the juices to redistribute, and will make for a much tastier chicken wing. While the wings are resting, let's prep an easy and delicious sweet and tangy barbecue sauce. In a small saucepan, combine ketchup, yellow mustard, Worcestershire, brown sugar, honey, hot sauce, molasses, all-purpose rub. Mix it all together and bring it up to a simmer. Cook for 5 to 10 minutes until the sauce thickens up. If you don't want to make a sauce from scratch and instead would like to use a store-bought sauce, be sure to warm it up first. Heating the sauce will thin it out, making it much easier to coat the wings evenly. You can also add a few tablespoons of water if it's still too thick. When your sauce is ready, it's time to put everything together. Simply pour it over the wings and toss. I like using a big bowl to avoid making a big mess. Give it a few good shakes, making sure everything is evenly coated. Plate them up and your wings are ready to go.
These wings are looking and smelling delicious. Finished with that sauce. Let's try it out. This is the perfect grilled chicken wing. It's tender, you get that delicious crispy skin, that nice charred flavor from cooking it over charcoal, and then that little bit of sweet from the barbecue sauce at the end. Yeah, this is absolutely delicious. I mean, look at that. If you love chicken wings as much as I do, you have to try this method because they come out perfect every single time. Doesn't matter what grill you use, you just set it up for the dual zone heat, higher temperature, and you're gonna get perfect wings every single time. Oh yeah.